show. So we are there.
We have a final kicking off here, with blue selecting first, which is JZD, who are picking first. They have banned the Massey Ferguson telehandler. The JCB has been banned by Trelleborg. JZD have banned the T6 New Holland. Boo. And,
oh, the Valtra.
Oh, that's interesting. Trelleborg have banned the Valtra. Now, those are their two normal front loader tractors that have been banned.
See what I mean? They're just going to confuse us now.
It's just confusing me a lot. First choice for JZD is the Fendt, the older Fendt with front loader. Then we have, for a choice by Trelleborg, the Massey Ferguson, which is a nice choice. That is a nice front loader, that one.
It's a lovely tractor all around it. I like that. Oh,
okay. The Fendt, the large Fendt is the second choice of JZD, while the second choice of Trelleborg is the Steyr with the care wheels on it. So lots of running through crop available for that. The large John Deere is the last choice of JZD, so looks like they're running a similar setup to they did last time. And then finally the Deutz-Fahr being the last choice for Trelleborg. Looks like JZD are going for chip tuning as Trelleborg.
Okay, we've seen that come up quite a lot this tournament, haven't we? Are we going to see Transport Company?
I would actually absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay, so JZD going for a speed and you know, a rapid setup, and Trelleborg going for the Transport Company. That's always that's a sound bet. I like that. I just think it's brilliant.
Good.
For the way they load, I think that's going to work well.
There's a couple of things I'm looking for from JZD now. A couple of bits of equipment that they need to grab, and a couple of things they need to do, and I think that they'll approach this with a really good result if they do.
They were very constant with their bale loading before, weren't they? They had bales coming constantly. They were loading them constantly. Right. Okay.
So here we go.
Bit of swapping around.
And we are away.
First of our final matches begins.
So, who is going to grab what first? JZD are going straight out. It looks like they're going for two harvesters and a baler straight off the bat.
Sensible move, avoid a rush.
Trelleborg are doing the same. Interesting to see which baler Trelleborg get. Did they manage it? No, they did. So they managed to get the Fendt baler, which was also one that JZD were going for. Really interesting that. But JZD got the harvesters. And I think that is because Trelleborg went elsewhere for their harvesters. And Trelleborg immediately out there, and straight away they've got that harvester.
They're not hanging on. And we said this, didn't we, when we watched JZD play against John Deere? They seemed to take a long time to get onto the field, didn't they? Trelleborg are not mucking around. They're out there and getting on with it.
Yeah. And JZD now have, they've started harvesting at the far end of the field. I'm wondering if they've got a harvester running in the middle of the field. Trelleborg have two balers. They're not using one of them, which is normal for them, but they do have two balers. I don't know if, yes, I think JZD have got hold of the Krone baler, which for them, that is one of the things that I needed to see from them.
They want 3 bales at a time.
3 bales at a time, less trips to and from their sell point means that they can get those bales in there and counter the Transport Company that Trelleborg have got straight off the bat.
Both teams clearing the swath at either end of the field. They've both done that.
It's an easy set of straw to go and grab straight off. And the interest JZD are now heading back to the other end, and their harvester, one of the beautiful things is they've got their harvester doing the end of the field. So they are able to immediately just keep getting those bales backwards and forwards straight off. Whether they have freed up their overloader like Trelleborg have, though, that's the question. And it's it's kind of, again, going to be down to that whole thing of how the bonuses work.
Oh, I thought he was going to try and double stack that. That would have been cool to watch. He did think about it. He hesitated. I thought he was going to have a go.
And now you're going to see JZD coming down and just working their way up the field, using the shortest distance they can to get as many bales into position ready for that bonus.
It makes sense to clear the end of the field that's closest to the hayloft. I mean, that just seems to be obvious to me, but I don't.
Well, the thing is that it's also opening up that overload.
Yeah. You need to get that clear.
I think the one thing I do see in Trelleborg's setup, and I would guess they've tested this massively, is they always take 2 harvesters in the middle. And I would have said, why not take 1 harvester down the end, which is what JZD did, and then you free up that, but you're then also setting yourself up with the short runs.
Yeah.
Having said that, JZD are now going up and down the field. So they're kind of not doing those short runs anymore.
No. I don't know. It's you know, they must discuss between matches. They must sit down as a team and say, look, you know, how are we going to tackle this?
Yeah.
As soon as it gets drawn and you know who you're playing against, you've got to be talking about what you're going to do.
Now JZD have already got 5 bales down at their sell point. This is really good play from them. This is, you know, they need to get those sort of 16-ish bales to the sell point ready for that bonus to drop.
They have to counter the auto load trailer from Trelleborg. So they've got to get as many.
This will be interesting. We've got a bale at the end of
oh yes, you said, didn't
that
you?
run.
Yeah.
Does that mean that they'll lose it? Unfortunately, we switched camera angles, so I can't see. But yeah, I wonder if they were able to stop themselves before that, because it didn't take much.
No.
And there you can see JZD getting that crone, the most out of that crone baler they can. And I take it back. Going up and down the field at this point actually does create shorter runs, because over time you get further and further away.
I guess you will. I mean, at the end of the day, you end up, I suppose, doing the same amount of run. It depends how much you're going to harvest before you then ditch the harvesters and just get on with doing your baling. But
yeah. There we go. So we can see the 2 teams working the bottom half of the field, getting as much of that wheat in as they can. And again, JZD, 3 more bales up at their sell point.
I think Trelleborg are unloading. Yeah, they've just unloaded 1 harvester. And I suppose they'll bring the next one up. They'll start unloading that and switch over to the New Holland. But JZD, they're just keeping those bales coming, aren't they? They're methodical. They're getting them there. We will then see that big drop in a little while when Trelleborg collects with their auto load trailer. But and of course that will unload them neatly. So it then comes down to Trelleborg's ability with their bale stacking, with their loading onto the conveyor belt, and they're very, very good at that.
Yeah. But if JZD have enough bales there to counter, then they will be in a good position. And JZD do have a good amount of grain as well, so they could conceivably stop the conveyor for Trelleborg, which again puts a massive dent in Trelleborg's strategy. So I'm really enthused to see exactly how they're running. And Trelleborg are just masters at not wasting a moment.
I love the fact they are literally loading onto the auto-load trailer off the back of the baler. They're not even waiting for it to hit the floor. No. That's incredible.
But at the moment they're producing less grain than their opponents.
Yes, because they're only running 1 harvester. Yeah.
And it's one tactic. Actually, the way this is going, JZD can actually use either bonus to their advantage at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. They'll have enough grain on hand, and they've got the bales sitting there.
I'm impressed by their tactics. It is a good tactic for disrupting the way that Trelleborg plays.
Yeah. They do seem almost as methodical, and they're going through the motions of what they need to do, and they're doing it well. And
they're not time wasting either. There's no moments where you feel that they haven't got things in the right place, or they're not doing something that isn't useful to their thing of getting as much in as possible.
Yeah, now we are into drone drop territory now, so in the next couple of minutes we're likely to see the drone drop with a bonus power play.
And JZD are out with their second harvester again, so they're now doing the harvester swap.
Oh, that was close.
Oh, and they've dropped. The drone has dropped, and...
What's it going to be? Who's going to get to it first? Bale.
It is the Bale boost.
Okay, Bale boost.
So JZD needs to be in position, need to get their bales back.
Trelleborg nearly came unstuck then. They got stuck at a bridge. The bridge went up and they were actually on it when it started to go. So
and JZD have got the first points on, and they double points.
Yep.
Perfectly. Wow, this is going to be where it really shows. If JZD have as many points or more points than Trelleborg at the point where Trelleborg runs out of bales.
The whole time that bale bonus counter is running down and Trelleborg aren't putting any bales in.
No.
JZD are taking massive advantage of this and they're going to run out of time. They've got to start getting these bales on Trelleborg.
That is incredible. It's not often that you see Trelleborg caught in the wrong place.
They're getting them on, but that's not a double. What happened to the one that...
I think he must have...
Oh, was that the one on front, maybe?
But
something went wrong.
That is really put the cat amongst the pigeons. JZD actually, in my opinion at the moment, have outplayed Trelleborg.
They have at the moment. It was perfect. They've still got bales sitting there. They are loading one at a time, not two at a time, but they're doing it quickly.
Yes, and they're doing it straight. As we've seen, so many teams have lost because they try and get smart with the bales and don't load them straight. If you load them on there straight in singles, still, and they're not going to run out. They're going to run out of bales before they run out of bonus.
Yeah,
and
which is where you want to be.
And you can see Trelleborg have made an error. They've got a bale on the floor. This is incredible play.
And if we can see the grain drop now, if JZD can come out with a slight edge on that, they could do it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's 300 to 390. Bales are still being delivered by JZD.
Power play time is over, so we're back to ×2 on the multiplayer. So we're likely to see grain drops now.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we're seeing. Now this is going to come down to the fact that JZD harvested a little bit more before they stopped their second harvester.
Can they keep their multiplier a little bit above Trelleborg's?
And actually, this is also the weakness of the transport company, is the fact that you have to use 2 tractors to bale and do the transport.
I guess,
Whereas with the Chrome baler, you're delivering fewer bales every time, but it's only taking up 1 tractor.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get more wheat. And this is a blinder.
So are Trelleborg ready to counter this? That's the question, because this could be where they pull out an even bigger advantage. If they're loading bales on while they're heading down now.
They're heading down now.
But is it too little too late? Are they just playing catch up?
It does, and this is the thing. It's either the two things that have always been is either you have to do almost exactly the same as Trelleborg and try and beat them at their own game, or something wildly different to how Trelleborg play in order to beat them. And I
think they are outplaying them at the moment.
They really
They're
are
playing smarter. I hope. No, they can't start making mistakes.
No. But as long as he's got it on there and he can then maneuver that, it's not a fallen bale, it's not a massive amount of lost time. But that's 500 points.
And look at the multiplier. The multiplier has stopped with JZD have got the advantage. So every bale that goes in now, they've got an advantage.
It's just JZD are outplaying Trelleborg.
They are. We might see a late come back because they're going to go and collect more bales and bring them back. But the whole time...
And here's the other thing. They're now employing the second baler.
Yeah, because JZD have been constantly bringing bales. They've had them there when they need them.
And this is an impressive run from JZD. Am I right in thinking, actually, Trelleborg are running out... Trelleborg are trying to counter the loss of the... Oh, nice!
Are they trying to be a bit sneaky here? It didn't go, did it?
Oh, it didn't go. They're trying to close up the bridge.
If they're waiting for bales to come,
they're waiting for bales, so they're trying to close up the bridges.
Try and hold up.
Try and hold up.
We are going to see a sudden increase in points for Trelleborg when they offload this and start getting up the conveyor belt. We are absolutely. But they're trying to counter that.
That won't work. It's unfortunate, but that bale is going to fall. That top bale is not making that up there, unfortunately. They need to be in a position where they can pick that up quickly. It's not a massive loss of time because that was a lucky pickup. But yeah, here come Trelleborg back. But yeah, look at this. Absolute brilliant unloading from the baler there. I will give them that.
So even if it falls off,
even if it falls out, that just saves time.
Look at that score.
610 points with 2 minutes to go.
We are going to see a massive increase all of a sudden with Trelleborg, but can JZD keep ahead?
Yeah. If they keep delivering, they need to keep those bales flowing. Because they don't actually have their guy to load them there. There's 2 minutes left, and again, Trelleborg are caught in the wrong position.
And JZD have still got the multiplier.
That's
They're
beautiful.
Just throwing them on now. Yeah, whatever, just get them on.
Oh man, it's not the prettiest unloading, but it's so they haven't
trying to counter, but it's not enough.
But
they haven't leveled it.
This is exceptional.
With 1.5 minutes to go, have JZD got enough on the field to counter these bales going in now? That's the question.
They are, but the thing is, they are continuing to deliver bales.
There's more coming.
I actually don't believe that Trelleborg have enough bales to make up this difference.
JZD are going to get over 700.
And I think they're the only team today to get over 700.
Trying to think if anyone has today.
This is incredible.
Oh, what happened there?
No, it's rolling. Is it going to fall off? No, it's still going up. Oh my!
That is precision stacking. These guys are doing such a good job.
Oh,
if they carry on in the next 40 seconds, they could get close to 800 points.
This is incredible. Trelleborg are going to have to really pull something out to beat this.
They look flustered. You don't see this very often. They look flustered.
They are desperately trying to get bales in.
20 seconds to go.
This is... Oh my God. This is incredible.
10 seconds to go, and they've got nothing there.
Trelleborg have nothing to respond to this with. They have been completely outplayed.
Wow, that is incredible. What a game.
What a game. What a game.
Hats off to JZD. They just outplayed them. Outclassed them, outplayed them. Incredible.
It is going to be really, really intriguing.
Look at the bales delivered. 30, and then they got 27 and 2, but they took far more advantage of the multiplier. Trelleborg weren't ready at the multiplier by the time they got bales up.
I've never seen... And Trelleborg picked up the multiplier.
Yeah.
And then the question is...
hang on, we're there.
Hey, we're up. Perfect. Enough rambling from us. Let's see how we're going. So Trelleborg are banning first. And the JCB is gone.
I think they're going to probably ban the New Holland T-Series.
Yeah. Get it out of the game. The Massey Ferguson telehandler is second. As I said, I think that's been banned almost all day.
Yeah.
The Big Fent has gone next. And the final ban goes to the Big Deutz.
Okay.
So,
Still got the Magnum and the John Deere available. And all the tractors with narrows are also available.
Yep. Yeah, it's not made a massive dent, those choices,
to
be honest.
Not really.
The Steyr with the Care wheels is on. And then the next choice for JZD is the big John Deere. Oh, now actually, it's an interesting banning setup, and I'm not... This next choice will be very, very interesting from JZD, because if they pick the tractor I think they are, no, they haven't, so...
They did use that one to good effect.
They did use that one to good effect before, but there are only 2 big tractors left. And...
Oh, 2 with
Trelleborg
narrows, no
have
big
left
tractor.
them open to get the
Magnum.
last big tractor.
Which they picked.
I am slightly surprised by that.
3 fairly small tractors from Trelleborg, which is going to leave.
Interestingly, though, they are very much up for speed. Trelleborg.
Yeah, getting through the crops with narrow tyres.
Or a rush. So chip tuning has been the first choice, because they do like to do a rush.
They do. Surely they're not going to try it in the final. Slight edge. No, they're going transport company again. Okay. So we could see them just sticking with the same thing. No, but they haven't got a very big tractor for pulling those balers, have they?
No. So they're not going for the Krone baler.
No, they would need bigger horsepower and a bigger machine for that.
So yeah, this is.
And let's just take it out of play just to stop the team getting it.
I mean, this by any means, this is not a setup that we haven't seen from Trelleborg before. We've seen Trelleborg do this setup before. The big question for me is, there's nothing in that setup that counters JZD's setup. Especially when JZD have gone for slight edge and chip tuning.
Yeah, unless they've just decided in discussion off screen they just need to tighten up. If they can, they think they can do it by just tightening up a bit.
So the T6 is not nose down this time. It is properly on its wheels. So we are going to be starting in 3, 2, 1, and we are away. So Trelleborg heading off to grab the Fent baler and the case harvester. Oh, and the...
Oh, no! Oh, sorry, tip back up again. I thought I tipped the tractor over there. I thought, that's it. That's a good start.
And the New Holland harvester.
Over goes the New Holland again.
So...
JZD...
Oh, interesting. JZD got the case harvester. It looks like there's... Oh, now this is going to be interesting.
Have they blocked him out?
JZD don't have 2 harvesters. JZD only have 1 harvester.
I said
so this is the first counter that we saw that they could do. This immediately puts JZD on the back foot as far as both creating bales and having more wheat in their thing. So immediately Trelleborg have come back with a counter.
Yeah.
And that was and to me that was picking the wrong piece of equipment to go and get that other harvester with. Using the second harvester to do that, that was the wrong way to do it.
See, that could be enough. That could be enough for Trelleborg. Just stopping them doing that could be enough.
It certainly takes one of the big pieces from JZD's arsenal off the table, straight off. Now, the next question is, who got the Chrome Baler? Because that is the other big piece of JZD's arsenal. And I'm looking at it, and is that the Chrome Baler on the back of Felix's tractor? That could very well be.
I just don't think JZD, with the way they've been playing, I don't think they can get enough straw or bales or enough grain.
It is the Chrome Baler. So the 2 big pieces in JZD's arsenal have been taken off the board
by Trelleborg.
Trelleborg have adapted straight off.
Yeah. And they were quick, they were efficient, they got what they needed. So it could just be, if they play a perfect game now, it's what they needed. Yeah. They made too many mistakes in the last game. And they may well have countered perfectly. I love that little toot on the way past. It's like making sure they know you're there.
It's interesting that the faster baler, though, has still gone to JZD.
Yeah, but they're only unloading 2
at a time.
But
they're only doing 2 at a time. So they can still move fast and they can get bales in fast, but they are going to be pushing. Interesting how JZD, though, in themselves have adapted. So they are now running the 2 baler setup.
Which they've had to. They've only got 1 harvester. They can't.
But the beauty of that is they're now delivering double the number of bales.
Yeah. I just worry that later on, when it comes to the grain drop, they're not going to be able to counter the.
What they can do is take a baler off, not the harvester, so they can spend harvesting longer, getting more straw on the ground, and still have enough wheat to counter.
Just keep going longer with the harvester.
Yeah, they are by no means out of it. And this was something that I was talking about earlier, where I think JZD seeing how they've played so far, they will have prepared for only having 1 harvester.
Yeah.
Because with their efficiency, with their setup, I can't see how they've done anything else. because it's such a big hit to their setup that if they are down to one harvester, they need to be able to respond to that.
They have to. I mean, you can tell as well that Trelleborg, they took that Corona off the table. They don't need it for 3 bales at a time because they've got the auto load bale trailer.
Yeah.
They are just dropping the bales off the back of it, but they did it deliberately to stop JZD having it.
Yeah.
You know.
Absolutely. And the same was true of the third harvester.
Yeah.
They absolutely went there, made sure the third harvester was off the table so that they could immediately score off that. And in fact, look at that.
They're going for first points on the
They're going
board.
for first points on the board. Get those first points and yeah. Ooh, that's not great. Doesn't make it easy for them. But we've actually seen them unload bales from all over the place.
Oh yeah.
But perfect. 40 points.
40 points
on the board straight off. Single bale load. And look at that blocking of Trelleborg. Making Trelleborg go around, although I think he's bailing. Yeah, he's bailing, so that hasn't actually blocked them, but that would have been a beautiful piece of play had it.
But you can see already Trelleborg's field how much more they've harvested already.
Yeah.
Compared to
JZD's.
No,
JZD are gonna have to harvest for longer to counter what's happening. 10 minutes in, so we're 5 minutes down. First points are on the board for JZD. Making sure that they get as many bales. The thing is, they need to now make sure they have as many bales as they can ready to be loaded, because as soon as they're ready to be, as soon as those bonus points hit, they have to be scoring. Because
they do. They've got to play it perfectly now.
Trelleborg have just made it hard for them. They've not made it impossible. I don't think there's any way that Trelleborg, in doing what they've done, could have made it impossible for them. But they will. Trelleborg will be there to counter all of the points that they've seen JZD play last time, while also trying to fit it into their normal play. Which is, in all fairness, that is their strength. And you can see right now that's exactly what Felix is doing. He's getting himself in. He's getting the bales. He's making sure that when those bonuses drop, he's able to grab them. And it will slightly depend. I think they were partly caught out of place last time because the drop hit early.
Yeah.
So, will that go to Trelleborg's advantage, or will it go to JZD's?
I think it's that thing. It worked for them. It worked perfectly. It might not have done. They went for getting the 3 harvesters to stop JZD. If they hadn't have managed it, we'd be looking at a completely different game now. So they took a chance, and it's paid off. Well, at the moment, we assume it's going to pay off.
As it's also one of those small things that we've seen with. It was a minor mistake from JZD in that they went and tried to get the second harvester with the first harvester.
Yeah.
That first harvester should have been in the field and harvesting.
Yeah.
The second one should have been gone and got with a tractor.
Yeah.
And there we go.
So they run in with bales on the back and one on the front as well. So they're going to go for a full load, hopefully, and one on the front.
Yeah.
They've got plenty of straw swaths to be playing with as well. So they know they can take a full load, unload, come back, and still do more.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas, and this again is why JZD are going to have to cut for longer, because
they have to.
They're down a harvester. They are also in a position where they've got to keep the straw flowing. An interesting way that JZD are going here. So they've changed their tactics.
Yeah, they've gone from doing single bales and getting them on really fast to now double stacking.
To double stacking.
Unless they're just trying to get the first one ready so they're neat and good to go. I don't know, maybe. But
well, that's a triple stack they've got set up for that top one. I know it's not a triple stack.
It's a double at the moment. They might be going for a triple. There you
go. But I would have expected them to be out there and getting 2 balers, getting bales in. Maybe they will abandon the bale trailer or the baler at some point and do that. So we are well inside the drop time now.
It's got to come at any time now.
You can see that Trelleborg have made sure that they are in a position where they can immediately start taking advantage of whatever bonus comes up.
It's very late coming.
It is. Again, I think that is going to play to Trelleborg's advantage this time. It's good to see. It's good to see JZD have points on the board, but where this puts them, they have got a bit of a handicap this round, and
they're just going for it anyway. They need to get more points in, I suppose. But
it's intriguing that yeah, there's definitely a change. There we go. Power up has been dropped. Where are the power ups? So JZD are running for it.
Are they going to get there first? It is
and
Bales.
It's the Bale boost. So it is 3 times on the Bales.
And now everyone's to start putting them in.
And you could see actually,
Frantic.
you could see Felix was absolutely lined up for that. In fairness, so were JZD.
This is they go crazy now.
This is the point at which it's just load as many bales as you can get in.
And that drone drop was very late.
It was a massively late drone drop. So it's gonna be which actually again plays to JZD's advantage this time, because it means the transport trailer isn't easily filled up again. So JZD can keep bringing bales in, keep feeding this a single bale at a time. They are already twice the points of Trelleborg. This is incredible.
Trelleborg have got a lot on hand. They've got quite a few there, haven't they?
And there's going to be...
that's all right. That's okay.
Wow. It is going to be down to the wheat. It's going to be...
It will. I think that's where Trelleborg are going to edge it. They'll come back with enough bales and a boost, and I think that's where they're going to take it.
It's just... But I am amazed. It's incredible that JZD are 100 points ahead.
Yeah.
And are holding 100 points ahead. You know, that's quite an achievement, to be honest, against Trelleborg doing what they're doing.
They've got to hope they've got enough on hand. They really do. Because if they run out, Trelleborg have got a few sitting there they can keep loading. So
I think I do notice a change in Trelleborg's tactic here in that because they've got the triple baler.
Yeah.
They are now not using the transport trailer, especially with it having hit this late in the game for the bonus. We've got 11 seconds left on the bonus, and that means that as it ends, 490 to 410.
We should be in grain drop territory now, so we're going to see those multipliers switch.
I can see somebody is. Oh yeah, no. So yes, there goes the grain drop from Trelleborg. They are heading off. JZD, I did notice they got a tractor hooked up to their grain trailer, so I think they will try and counter fairly quickly. The question is, do they have enough wheat to counter with?
And do they counter quickly enough? Because that we've seen that so many times. If you don't counter quickly enough, Trelleborg will really take advantage of that. They absolutely... They're going to get as many bales as they can once
so here we go. So here we go. The grain drop is hitting. Trelleborg are boosting. Do they have any bales to load in?
I think they've got a few at their thing. Have they got enough to stop JZD's belt? That's the thing.
That's the question. And if they do, how long will it be stopped for?
JZD are heading down now.
They are heading to counter it. They do have enough to stop the... Oh, yes, they do. So the belt has stopped. So JZD needs to use this time now to get bales in, ready for the bale coming back. They need to counter this well and quickly because, well, basically Trelleborg have a massive advantage with the multiplier at the moment.
They do. I don't think they're going to have enough grain, are they? JZD's belt should be running. Is that
it is running. They have got it going back up. So that has hit with the advantage. JZD have got a good amount of grain. They're still tipping it.
That's it.
That's it. So.
Trelleborg have got the advantage.
And Trelleborg are ahead on points with that. At this point, this is the tough point.
I would be saying it's Trelleborg's game at this point.
I would as well. It's JZD are trying to get bales in. They need to get the second baler on. If they can, they've left the grain trailer up there, so they're not looking to counter this 0.4 advantage that Trelleborg have. Trelleborg now will just try and load bales in
absolutely.
and take full advantage of this. I still think it's going to be close, and I'm looking at this and I'm going, there's not a lot of straw on the ground for JZD.
No, I think stopping them getting that second Bale, the second
harvester
that was it.
Yeah.
It was the perfect play right at the start
really
of the game,
was.
and we're seeing that coming
and
out
I think we will see JZD put more emphasis on getting that second harvester.
They have to.
The last one. Should it go to that? I mean, there's still an opportunity that this doesn't go as we're expecting it to, even with the 100-point lead that Trelleborg currently have. But Trelleborg did immediately come back with the Purvis counter. I think JZD absolutely need to hold their nerve, though. I think they have a winning strategy. They just need to make sure that they are able to fully implement it, and that second harvester is crucial.
It absolutely is, and Trelleborg are now getting more points per bale as they put them in. So you know that means JZD have got to do so many more bales to keep up, and they just don't think they can.
And I'm not sure they have 2 balers running because they can't. They don't have the straw on the ground. So it's that second harvester has really hampered them. The lack of it has really
last 5 seconds.
Wow, that came really quickly.
That flew up on us, that did.
There we go. I didn't even realise the end of that was coming. So there we go. That goes to Trelleborg, 741 points to 611.
30 bales.
So many more bales.
30 bales to 23. All down to that harvester.
All down to that harvester.
They chose brilliantly at the start. So we said we weren't sure how they were going to counter JZD, and one of the things we did talk about was potentially stopping them having 2 harvesters, and they did that, and it worked perfectly for them.
So that when everything hit, they had the maximum number of balers they could to match it.
Absolutely.
So we are here for the last round. Teams are ready. They are banning, and the first vehicle to go, as always, for some reason, is the Massey Ferguson telehandler. I don't really understand.
All the teams have decided they don't want that one anymore. It's very odd.
The JCB, which is the fastest tractor in the game, that is absolutely gone. The small Steyr with care wheels, that's now gone. And
the Massey
Ferguson loader.
Different picks.
That is.
Yeah. It's not even like JZD used it in the previous. Did they use it in the previous round? No.
I'm not quite sure why. They like the nimble fend.
It works well, and they're brilliant at loading one bale at a time with that. They're fantastic at it.
And there's the Deutz. So we got a very normal pick so far.
Yeah.
From the teams. The large fence. So this is the first time. No, we have seen JZD use the large fence before. That is their preference. The T6.
That's dangerous.
I will have my eye on that.
That's dangerous.
As the whole thing spawns in. The large John Deere. So JZD have their favourite setup from their tractors, and finally we have the care wheeled. The care wheeled
case. Humor.
I wanted to say chase, and that was what was making me. So chip tuning seems to be the first choice of both teams. Yep, chip tuning is the first choice. I'm not expecting any change here either. Not with these selections that both teams have made. Slight edge.
Oh, hang
on.
See, Trelleborg have done it again. Let's just change it. Let's just change it for the last game. Why not?
Now, this don't do a rush on me for the last one, please, because that is a rush setup from Trelleborg.
Why would you suddenly decide after all the games you've played to then drop Transport Company in the final match?
Because it has proven to be a bit of a holdback as far as the wheat.
I suppose they dropped off it fairly quickly, didn't they, in the last game? So why bother?
As it stands at the moment, they have this issue where they have to have a tractor on the baler and a tractor on the pickup.
Yeah. Oh,
right.
Set up a little bit too early.
So I think the.
Please tell me the New Holland's right.
New Holland was okay. As far as I know, it was. There we go. They are all away. Let's see what everybody gets.
Come on. 2 harvesters apiece. That's what we want.
Yeah, they have absolutely targeted 2 harvesters this time. It's all down to can they grab them.
Trelleborg are going for the
and
crone.
Trelleborg are going for they're both going for the crone. Who has got the crone baler? Because that will make a big difference. Trelleborg have got Trelleborg have got the case harvester. And
Okay, we got
and
2.
JZD have got the crone baler. Now, in the big scheme of things, who has got the fent baler? Because I think that is going to be the decider on this.
So they've both got 2 harvesters.
2 harvesters. Advantage of getting more bales to the drop-off point is
with JZD.
JZD. JZD have not got the fent. No! JZD have denied a second baler to Trelleborg.
Oh no. Okay, well this is going to be interesting then.
And they've got the fent. So they've got the fent baler, so they've got the fastest baler and they have got the largest capacity baler. This is at the moment a bit of an upset.
This could go no, it's too early to say, but yeah.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, currently Trelleborg are in trouble as far as getting bales back. They have 1 baler.
Yeah.
That's neither the fastest nor the largest capacity. That is going to hamper them bad.
They're both running on 2 harvesters, so you've got to say equipment-wise, JZD have the advantage at the moment.
Yeah.
Absolutely have the advantage.
And there's no transport company.
No.
So Trelleborg have no fallback either.
And if the drone drop happens early,
this is exciting.
Yeah.
Certainly at the moment, to me, this looks with JZD having the advantage.
They must be happy with what they got. They have to be happy with what they got at the moment.
They also got the better harvesters, to be honest, as well.
Yeah.
Because the smaller header on the ideal means that it doesn't get as much straw out the back, and it doesn't. While it has a larger capacity, it doesn't get grain into it so quickly. This is going to be very, very interesting. Basically, Trelleborg have to not put a foot wrong going forward.
Oh, they have to be absolutely spot on with everything.
They have to be utterly spot on, or JZD are going to take this.
And I suppose from their perspective, yeah, they have got the advantage on machinery and equipment. They do also have to be pinpoint perfect. They can't make mistakes. They've got to get this absolutely right. Yeah. Because Trelleborg will take advantage of any mistakes.
Of any mistakes. I think they just need to, as long as they can, they just need to be getting bales in. They have the speed to do it with. It is just, They need to be as pinpoint accurate as they were against John Deere.
Yeah. They're going to have plenty of grain.
Yeah.
Both teams. So you're going to get that counter, and it will come out again at the end.
Yep.
Who's got the advantage on the multiplier?
And you can see they are just shooting out, and grabbing as many bales as they can, and getting them back. And and JZD, when that bonus drops, they are going to have that advantage. And actually, they're going to have the grain advantage as well.
They have the grain advantage.
Because they've got the faster harvester.
Yeah. It doesn't seem like a lot, but being able to drop off 1 extra bale every time you go back, has a big impact.
Oh, it does. But also having 2 balers, they're going to generate so much straw. They're generating more straw. They're generating more grain.
Yeah.
They can go and grab a second baler. So they can get the straw off the field. Versus Trelleborg. Trelleborg now have to. Well, they've dropped a bale on the. Trelleborg also aren't used to not dropping bales on the field.
This is the thing, because they've been using transport companies so often. They're in the habit of dropping bales behind them. They can't afford to do that now.
This is an absolutely beautiful counter from JZD.
Yeah. But like we said at the start, it may well be this is not what Trelleborg intended. They did not want it to go this way.
No.
And it's just worked perfectly for JZD.
And at the moment, it is absolutely nicely stopped. he saw that.
I didn't see why he was turning initially, but yeah, obviously you saw the lights flash.
And away he went. This one is...
Oh! Got a bit carried away there.
This is the trouble with no front weight on this tractor.
Oh, yeah.
Is the fact that it does squirrel like that. And that is a heavy baler it's got on the back. And I saw him going into the field doing that, but that was nearly an issue. But you look at the number of bales that JZD have up now. They've already got 6 bales back. I think that Trelleborg are about to bring their 4th back, which will be interesting. No, that is interesting. How do Trelleborg have more bales back already than JZD do? I
thought they've only got 4. Was it 4 lots of 2?
Yeah, JZD only have 2 lots.
No, but they were in 3s though. I thought they had 3 lots of 3.
Yeah, so JZD have 6 bales back. Trelleborg have 8.
Okay, I thought, yeah. Well.
And Trelleborg where is he running to? Oh, he has got a tractor massively out of position. That is going to lose them some serious time.
They obviously went for the New Holland initially and didn't get it. But then why would you leave your tractor?
Trelleborg like the New Holland and the Case. Yeah. They always go for those 2 combines. So denying them the New Holland and forcing them to the Ideal is what's cost. If you know which ones they're going for and you grab those. Basically, JZD have done to Trelleborg what Trelleborg did to them in the last round, which is amazing to see. And this is a team I think we're going to see more of.
And what I love about this is the fact that it's so much more. The tactical play, the clever choice of stuff. Nice. Sometimes it will come down to a bit of luck whether you get to it or the power
And there we go.
Down.
The power up is dropped.
And that's early.
That is an early power drop. And who is going to grab it? What is it going to be?
And who's ready?
And...
Bale. Okay, Bale boost.
Okay, so now...
Who's ready?
All 3 members of Trelleborg are out on the field. 2 members of JZD are already at their sell point.
They are going to be...
Oh, my God.
Are Trelleborg going to try and stop their belt, do you think?
Right, Trelleborg are certainly heading out there with as much as they can.
They're going to try and deny them the boost, aren't they?
They are.
If they can get a few points on the board now.
JZD needs to hold their nerve, get those bales in. First bale, 60 points. That is just incredible. Now JZD need to keep just delivering bales.
Yeah, Trelleborg are trying to counter. They're going to try and stop them.
How many have they got? We don't know how much they've got. And there goes the grain in. So it won't make any difference at the moment to their...
oh, hang on.
Oh, they're holding off.
Why did he stop then?
Because it speeds up the opponent's belt. And they saw their opponents going to do it. And I think, they are now emptying it. That is going to cost them. Again, they stopped doing it for a fraction of a second. It's going to cost.
Because they won't stop the opponent's belt now.
They won't stop the opponent's belt, which is what they need to do.
They needed to stop JZD from putting points on the board, and they can't now.
And they can't. And JZD are immediately going to counter it. So it's going to be meaningless. You can see it happening.
The loader for JZD is phenomenal. It doesn't matter what angle they pick the bales up from.
Felix is great for Trelleborg at being accurate. The guy loading for JZD, no matter what angle he puts in, and it's countered. So that has meant
nullified
it completely.
Okay, drone drop bonus is gone, so we're back down to multiplier 2.
And it's 210 to 180.
This just comes down to bales in now.
Yep. And this is a pure bales into the thing. And look at the amount of straw JZD have on the ground. They get a second tractor on a baler now. That is the end of it for Trelleborg.
Oh! Cannot be making mistakes there. They potentially got the advantage to do more. Yeah. I wonder whether Trelleborg are going to go for another grain drop,
To make a big enough difference?
I don't know.
Compared to the number of bales that JZD can now get in.
Potentially, there's only 10 points in it as the bales are going up because they're both doing one bale at a time now.
This is all about. Now this surprises me. Why are JZD still harvesting?
They've got so much stuff on the field.
They've got so much straw. Their second tractor should be out there baling.
Just rack those bales up.
Just rack those bales in. There's less than 5 minutes left. There is no point that harvester being out there. It's making no difference at all.
Unless they're worrying that Trelleborg are going to do another grain drop, in which case they might want to counter it. But I you know, with 4 minutes to go, I'd rather just keep getting bales in.
Yeah, get the bales in. Because right now, Trelleborg are actually winning because Trelleborg have the fast tractor on that baler. They're getting 2 bales in on a regular basis, and they're pulling ahead. If JZD don't get off that second harvester, don't get more bales, they're sitting there without bales.
They should have been baling. They should have had 2 balers on this. They could have lost it on this now.
Oh, no.
What were they thinking?
Every advantage to them, and they're not out there with 2 balers. I think they may have finally realised and may have finally got a second baler out there. I really hope they have, because that is going to cost them the match if they don't.
Yeah, Trelleborg could pull ahead now, and it could be insurmountable.
They can deliver. They can deliver 5 bales for every 2 that Trelleborg can do, and they have to be out there doing it. And you can see Trelleborg have run out of bales, which is why they've got him out there doing that. While they're out there trying to pick bales up and get them in that way. But it's absolutely, JZD have 3 minutes to get as many bales back as possible. That bale I don't think is going to make it.
They're getting sloppy on the delivery.
Yeah. They finally have 2 balers out.
Seriously. Like I say, they can deliver 5 for every 2 of Trelleborg's, and that's what they should be doing.
And you can see Trelleborg are now getting in the position where they're having to go out there with their front loader tractor, collect up. He's going round the long way. This is when they need to take full advantage of this.
They're bringing everything they can with everything they can.
Yes. And the fact that JZD didn't, the fact that they had a harvester out there harvesting when it shouldn't have, is why they are currently where they are. This is all down to how many bales can JZD get back. Because they have the advantage on bales, they need to deliver them in.
This could have been a horrible mistake on their part for
it
that
really
harvester.
Could. That harvester sitting there really is not going to have helped them. It's cost them valuable time and valuable bales. That has just let Trelleborg get that little bit ahead.
I think they can do it. They've got enough straw on the field, and they can get those bales back. They can do it.
Yeah.
But they've got to get these on now really quickly.
And there we go. So Trelleborg are doing the slight counter. Now, this actually might even play. This might actually play to their to JZD's favour.
It will speed their belt
sped up their belt.
Yeah.
They have 20% more speed.
They're going to be getting slightly less for each bale, but they're going to be getting
more on. But they're getting more on, and they can deliver them. So it is a slight counter for Trelleborg, because Trelleborg need to get needs the extra points per bale because they can't get them in there. But it doesn't help.
My hands are sweating. This is unreal.
Oh man, this is nuts.
We're about a minute to go, and it couldn't be closer.
A minute to go on this, and this is such a close final. Whatever happens here, I hope we see more from JZD.
JZD have pulled ahead ever so slightly.
Oh,
come on, keep those bales coming.
Come on, this is ridiculously close. Ridiculously close. 45 seconds
Come on,
to
they need
go.
more bales. Where are the rest of their bales?
They need to get bales in because Trelleborg do have bales.
They've got more on hand. With 30 seconds to go.
30 seconds to go. They need bales. 5:24 to 5:22.
With 20 seconds to go.
With 20 seconds to go. They've got
a bale. No, come on.
Come on. Get those bales in.
This is so close. This is ridiculous.
5:43 to
10 seconds to go.
5:43.
10 seconds.
It's
this
all
could come down to this bale.
If this bale goes in.
Oh, come on.
Come
2
on.
points.
No way. Oh my God!
2 points in that.
Oh!
That's unreal. Oh, JZD, that harvester, if they hadn't have done that, they would have won this.
Yes, we can pinpoint the exact moment.
Oh, come
JZD
on.
lost
2
that.
points. And also, Trelleborg getting the slight advantage on the grain, on the boost. That was, could not have been closer.
That could not have been closer.
That was amazing.
I want to say, I absolutely hope we see more from JZD because that is phenomenal.
I mean, to be fair, Trelleborg played a blinder. They played it exactly how they needed to when it didn't seem to be going in their favour at the start. JZD did make a mistake with the harvester. They should have been able to come back from that.